Peace and blessings, and welcome back to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. This episode is brought to you by Transparent Credit Repair, the superheroes of the financial literacy and credit repair world. If you're looking to fix your financial situation, fixing your credit score and changing your credit score will be an aid to you in whatever you want to do in life, whether you're looking to buy a home or just to open your wallet up to have more money in it instead of paying out debt. If you want to fix your credit or put yourself in a better situation, you could contact Transparent Credit Repair by going to www.heritagehiphop.com and clicking the link on our website to Transparent Credit Repair. And they can help you from there by changing your credit score and helping you change your life. This episode, we go to the Bronx. That's right, we go back to New York City to talk to an MC who is about not only aggressive lyrics, but doing something for the community by his example. An example that's all about not only lyrical penmanship, but being an example by his actions. Stay tuned and you'll get a great interview, and I'll come back with the rest of my commentary.
Peace and blessings, everybody, and welcome back to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. This episode is brought to you by the MXNXPXLY Family. If you don't know who that is, not only are you corny, you got to get your hip hop up. And right now, I got somebody on the line that not only represents that family, but he represents aggressive lyrics. And please introduce yourself to the people.
What up, world? It's your boy M.O.U.F. Move over, you finish. You already know. MXNXPXLY Family. We in the building.
All right. So salute to you and the fam. You know, I was introduced to the fam. I already knew the name John Jiggs, but I had the pleasure of interviewing Rockwell's, and like I said, man, it was good to meet people who really care about the craft of the culture and not just do it. What makes you love hip-hop the way you do?
I was raised about it. Like, my brother was a DJ, so he used to lock me in a room when we lived in the projects in the Bronx and make me listen to it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I always loved it because it's a way of expressing yourself. You know what I mean?
What's the age difference between you and your brother?
My brother is 44, 43 right now.
Okay.
You're older than me.
So you're in your 30s.
Yeah.
Okay. That's peace because hip-hop is not something that you can acquire easily. You can grow up in it, and you could be of the culture, but the actual depth of hip-hop goes far beyond. I heard a beat, and it was dope. What grafted you and pulled you into hip-hop and made you want to pick up the mic and express yourself?
I guess being around it and just seeing how people was able to, like, express themselves and with no holds bars, no censorship. Like, you know what I mean? But however you feel, put it on paper and get it out, especially when it comes over a beat. I don't know, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, it's hard to categorize hip-hop, you know? Let's start from the beginning. Yeah, let's start from the beginning. You come from the borough where hip-hop is credited from starting. And I mean modern hip-hop as we know it from Kool Herc. And when you have that legacy a part of your upbringing, there's a certain type of expectation that has to be delivered when you do hip-hop. What is it like to be from the Bronx and do hip-hop knowing you got that legacy behind you?
I mean, you know, it's crazy because it's where it started. So when people hear that, like, I'm like, I live in Long Island now, but I'm from the Bronx. But when people hear that, they like, yo, you just got it in you. You know what I mean? They expect you to have it in you. They expect, like, you from the Bronx, man. We expect lyrics. We don't expect no funny style, no. I mean, we bottom line bars. They want to hear what you're talking about when you come from the Bronx. They don't want to hear all that. They don't want to hear all that flip floppy, whatever. Which that's cool for whoever likes it. You know what I mean? But certain people, we come from a certain area. You got to come with it, man.
And that's a fact because when you look at the legacy of Bronx MCs, I don't care if you want to go Fat Joe or KRS-One or even some of the unknowns.
Yeah.
Even shout out to Big Pun. aggressive bar delivery and clarity was the thing that made somebody stand out. What makes you keep that legacy of rhyme in your style so that you not only represent the Bronx, but you are yourself when it comes to hip hop?
I mean, that made it's like if I was as I was growing up, the people I've been around and watched do music and listen to, they wasn't like on no mellow, calm and none of that. They was on aggressive. Like your lyrics had to be aggressive to make people feel you. Like anybody could. Let me go like this. Anybody could rap. And the reason I say that, Dr. Seuss when we was younger growing up, that's rapping. You know what I mean? That's rapping. Dr. Seuss is rapping. Anybody can rap. Everybody and their mama can rap. But to make a person feel like they're walking right beside you, that's an art.
I like how you know what I mean?
That's a fact. To make a person feel like, damn, I just went through that. Or damn, I'm going through that right now. Or damn, my man just told me he went through that. And say it and be aggressive with it to a point that even if you didn't go through that, you know somebody that go through it, or you could feel it to the point like, man, he just made me feel like this. Come on, man. That's what keeps me going.
I'm glad you put it that way, because let's expose what people think hip-hop is, but let's show them what it's not. Hip-hop is not how you rhyme on a beat. Hip-hop is how you relate to the message of the song.
Yes.
Let's take it to since we're talking Bronx, before we go to Long Island, let's talk about a Bronx song. Let's go old school. Let's talk about Love's Gonna Get You.
Okay.
Let's talk about how that song and that MC gave us something that made you really contemplate about your own life. Why do you think today's hip-hop misses the mark so much when it comes to talking about your life or hearing your life in another person's rhyme?
Because hip-hop now today, I'm sorry for saying that, not hip-hop. Music now today is microwave. It's a microwave now. And the reason I say it's a microwave, back then, people were dropping albums. You could drop an album. You can't drop an album right now. For what? You know what I'm saying?
No. Delve into that a little more. You can't drop an album today. Why not?
Well, all right. I'm going to tell you why. If you're not an established artist, Jay-Z, Mary J. Blige, Drake, people like that, they could drop albums. They can. For the new guys that's coming out right now, which one of them is dropping albums like that? They're dropping singles. Singles is what's blowing up. Single. And that single, you hear it, let it rock for a while, microwave, boom, it's gone. 3 minutes you hot, 1 minute, it fades. Just like that.
Our heritage hip hop, we celebrate the project though. We don't call it the album, because you're right. We're in the EP world right now.
Yes.
But we do celebrate the project, because one thing that makes an artist stand out is a complete body of work where you can feel them, understand their idea, and they take you into their side of life. So you're right. Yeah. A lot of people are dropping singles, but there's no connectivity from the listener to the artist and the genre. Do you agree?
And that's why I say it's a microwave. You know why? Because like you just said it. Yes, a lot of artists are driving singles, no connection. Nobody care about connection no more. Hold on, let me rephrase that. Not nobody. I'm going to say the masses don't care about connection no more. The masses don't care about connection no more. All they care about, can I dance to it in the club? Was it a dance made to it, to that song? Can I do that dance to it? All right, let's go out and do that dance to it. That's it. That's it.
So let's take it. Go ahead. No, I want you to take it. Go ahead, because this is interesting.
This is just what I'm seeing from my point of view. I don't want to put like everybody feel like this is my point of view. This is what I'm seeing. I feel like if you can't put a dance to a song, no one's paying attention to it. Music now, like when you listen to the lyrics now, what are they really saying?
What are they
really? Yeah, exactly. I'll give you one better.
Do that.
I was at a wedding. Right? I was at my friend's wedding. He's Italian, right? He's Italian, right? I was at a wedding. I'm the only black guy there. Italian wedding. Now, the wedding had over probably about 300-400 people there. Big wedding. His wedding cost about almost $1 million. Right? I'm the only black guy there. Everybody Italian. They put on Biggie Smalls, It's All Good. Right?
Okay.
When they put Biggie Smalls on It's All Good, everybody, even the old folks, 60, 70 something years old, was dancing and singing his song. You can't put on no Lou this, Lou that, and put that on at one of them weddings, bro, and if people gonna dance to that? It ain't gonna happen. Why? Because people from that era, Biggie Smalls and all that, they made timeless music. There's a difference between timeless music. Biggie passed away a long time ago. You could put his music on at an Italian wedding where people is 60, 70 years old. They're singing the words and they're dancing to it, bro. That's amazing, timeless music. For the guys now, that music could be forgotten about probably in about 2 months. If that.
Facts. Forever music is something that people are looking for today because a lot of people are dancing but don't know what they're dancing to. Pac even said, don't nod your head to the music. You're nodding your head to the beat, but you could be agreeing to some bullshit if you don't know what the lyrics are about.
Exactly.
And if we take that from the Bronx to Long Island, because, I mean, even if you're rhyming on Long Island, Strong Island, as some people know it, you're still going to get tested because people are going to be like, oh, yeah, you rap. And if you come with that Bronx aggression, you still have to come with that Long Island flair to catch their ear.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to ask you this. Oh, go ahead. No, I want you to take it over. Go ahead.
When I came out here, when I moved out here to Long Island, I thought the same thing. It's crazy that people don't pay attention to Long Island as much as they're supposed to, and how many stars that come out of Long Island.
Mm-hmm.
So many stars come out of Long Island, but the problem is with these stars that come out of Long Island, these legends that come out of Long Island, once they come out of Long Island, they're not from Long Island no more. They represent Bronx, they represent Queens, they represent Brooklyn, they represent that. They don't represent Long Island. You know what I'm saying? And Long Island, let me tell you, Long Island got some of the most aggressive rap artists. Oh my God, man.
Yeah,
You'll be amazed. Man. Yeah, you'll be amazed.
I'm feeling that. You know why? Because at the end of the day, hip-hop is not about just where you're from. It's about how you project yourself so others can take you into consideration for being one of the best. You know?
Yes.
And a lot of people want to be the best, but they don't want to come up. What is M.O.U.F's come up? And how did he come up into the game and adapt that aggressiveness into a style that made him stand out and not just be in the crowd?
Just watching everybody, paying attention. Just not being like everybody else. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be like, oh, and people still say to me, yo, you sound like such and such, you sound like such and such. So I strive my hardest to not sound like who this one or that one. My thing is that when you hear me or when you see me perform, my number one thing with me as an artist, my performance. I'm probably one of the only artists, and let me say it probably. I'm not going to say I am, but for what I've been around, what I've seen, I'm probably one of the only artists that still, let me say it that way, when I do a show, I give you a show. I don't rhyme over my lyrics.
Yeah,
I don't play my song. Yeah, I don't play my song in the background. You know what I mean? I don't play my song in the background. When you come see me, you coming to see me. So if I fuck up, I'm going to jump right back on the ball. but you're going to get a show. Promise you that. You know what I mean? I promise you that. You can ask any of my Monopoly brothers. Every time we do a show, every time we go stage, they be like, "Yeah, you killed that shit, son." Why? Because I know you paid your money to come see a show. You didn't come see me. You didn't come to stand there and watch me rhyme over my song. You want to hear my song? You could download it.
That's true. I mean, that's very true. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Let's still focus on delivery. Let's still focus on delivery for a second, because even the name "Move Over, You're Finished" is very, very old school. Yet today's hip hop, the acronym speaks for itself. How did you come up with the name? How did you make the name work for you with your style and how you present yourself when it comes to hip hop?
I put it all in one. The way I got the name, I do it all in one. The way I got the name, I was locked up north. Old timer told me, "Yo, the way you rhyme, you just rhyme. You say anything, and it's like disrespectful, but you make it sound so good."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Yo, your name should be Foul Mouth." I'm like, "No, I'm not naming myself that," because I used to go by a different name as FP, Full Pressure.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He's like, nah, that don't fit you, and your name should be Foul Mouth. I'm like, "Man, I'm not naming myself that. That don't sound right." But then I called my people back home, like, "Yo, this OG up here said I should name myself Foul Mouth. What y'all think?" He was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Let me see it. Let me work with it. Let me play with it." You know what I mean? And it stuck. So with that, I'm like, all right, Foul Mouth. Okay, I mean, I gotta say that people won't say. I gotta play with words in a way that people won't play with them. I gotta make things rhyme that almost don't rhyme. But when you hear, you're like, "Yeah, how the fuck did he just rhyme that?"
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I made that work for me. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Very, very interesting. So let's flip it then.
Okay.
When someone listens to your lyrics, right, they're gonna intently listen for the line that makes the song matter. That's called the bar, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But today's bars are sung and harmonized. They're not delivered with punch. What's more important to you, the vibe of the song or the punch that makes the person pause when they listen to you?
Well, me personally, I like the punch.
Mm-hmm.
I like the punch, man. I'm more of a punch kind of guy. Like, if you listen to my lyrics, it's punches. You know what I mean? I'm punching all through the verses. You know what I mean? But for mainstream, they like the vibe, man. They want the vibe. They don't care about your punches. They don't care. Nobody. A lot of people nowadays don't want to think. Back in the day, like when you heard Nas, some he'll say, you won't think about it or catch it. You'll think about it, but you'll catch it like 2 days later. You'll be like, "Oh, that's what he meant." You know what I mean? Like, "Oh, he said such and such this. Oh, he meant that." Now, you don't get that now. For mainstream, you might get it underground. Yeah, you'll get it underground. But mainstream, you don't get that mainstream. You don't. Let me ask you a question. When the last time you had somebody that's new right now, mainstream, if you listen to mainstream, you in hip hop, so you might listen to everything, because I do. I check out all genres and everything.
Okay.
When the last time mainstream you had somebody's song, CD, whatever, and rewinded it and said, "Oh shit, you heard what he just said"? When the last time you did that?
I think the closest was probably a Griselda artist. The closest.
That's it.
Yeah.
Besides that, who now?
I can't tell you, man.
See?
I can't tell you.
Now,
mainstream? If it's not Nas or somebody, like mainstream, nah, I can't tell you.
Now take that. Now take that same question back to when Big was alive, Pun was alive, Big L was alive. Take it back to that now. Answer that question.
That question would be it'll be a I don't know. It'll be like a matter of fact question, because then you have so many things or people to relate to. And that's my thing. Hip hop is so big that it's relatable and not relatable at the same time.
Yes, exactly. You're exactly right.
Let's take one of your projects. All right.
Okay.
For example, you have a freestyle out. Let me get to the freestyle real fast. I take notes. I try to get ready for you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
As you see, the line of questions are not typical. So, and shout out to Rockwell's because he that's my man. He saw what it was, and I love the team so far. You know, with the music y'all put out. But let's look at Really Rap. The Really Rap freestyle, you took the symphony beat from the EPMD track, right? And you kept the horror theme, but the rhyme wasn't horror. The style was horror. So you're bringing the artist back with nostalgia if they like horror, but you're also catching them up to new hip hop. Why is that important for you? Why is that delivery part of your brand?
Because I feel like if people don't say the delivery to me is I want to say is damn near 50 to 60%, almost 70%. The reason I say that is because it's like I said, I come across a lot of artists and they be saying some shit. You know what I mean? They be saying some shit. I'm like, they hear this shit, but people won't feel them because it didn't come across aggressive. A perfect example. I love DMX. Love him. Lyrically, I don't think he's one of the best artists, but DMX would make you feel him so strong. You would think he was one of the best artists out. You know what I mean? He will make you feel him to the point like, yo, he could say cat, hat, rat, dog in the song because he does it. You know what I mean? But the way he says it, you be like, yo, did you hear what he just said?
Okay, since you took it there, X made the Lock song stand out a lot because that energy is so missing in the game.
Yes.
That when he came with that energy, that's what made that song go to the next level.
Yeah.
You agree?
His energy.
But that's what you're bringing though. You bring energy. You're not a rapper. You're not a rapper. You can rap, but I'm not going to disrespect you like that. You're not a rapper. You're an experience. And to the people who don't want to experience hip hop, they're the people who really miss the core of what makes the culture what it is. I remember when Illmatic came out, when New York State of Mind came out.
Oh my God!
It was that feeling was crazy. I ain't even from New York. You know what I'm saying? But it was so fulfilling that. Tell me if I'm lying. After New York State of Mind came out, you started getting Jersey State of Mind, Detroit State of Mind. Shout out to Elzai. Everybody tried to make that feeling stick to where they're from. You see what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
When I listen to New York hip hop, I think New York hip hop suffers from itself. Let me explain to you.
Yeah.
New York hip hop is the Game of Thrones. I always say this. It's the Game of Thrones because it's its own kingdom. It's its own place. And instead of being a foundation, it's a war between the boroughs. Brooklyn, Manhattan, Bronx, Long Island, Yonkers, no matter what you want to say it is, where you from, Queens, whatever, everybody's at war with each other. And then as New York started to war with each other and other people started coming up in the game and people started saying, okay, we need to break away from the New York bias and establish our own sound. That's where New York got lost. As an artist from New York, and we always got tired of hearing bring New York back because New York was always there. It's just New York stopped listening to itself. How does being an artist from New York carry in the game now as you not only make yourself a brand and a standard, but you're bringing your own taste of what hip-hop is to the mainstream culture?
How does New York stand as a brand? I think New York, you know what our problem in New York? We're self-destructive, man.
Mm-hmm.
We're very self-destructive, man. Like we war, like you said it perfectly. We beef with each other and then get mad when people outside of us get together and do what they're supposed to do, what we should be doing.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like that's why I tell people to this day, man, like New York hip hop is always gonna be New York hip hop, but as far as trying to get where we need to get, ain't gonna happen in New York. That's just being real, bro.
Everybody, we're talking M.O.U.F, which means, tell them.
M.O.U.F, move over, you finished.
You're finished. I wanted to say it with you. So we're talking to M.O.U.F from the Monopoly family, and it's important that we get this interview in because not only is he an MC that brings skill and dexterity back to the microphone, he's somebody who represents a brand of hip hop that is very underappreciated to this day. And let's go into one of your songs real quick, because when somebody listens, somebody gives somebody an album or somebody listen to, you be like, all right, I'll listen to it. You know, all right, I'll give it time. And then some people don't. But see, I mean, I listen. And then when I hear songs like "Come Up," right?
Okay.
"Come Up" is a song that's more than an introduction. It's mostly a statement. What was the statement you wanted to make in "Come Up," and how did you get it across in the video?
Come Up was the statement I wanted to make with that song is just that I got bars, bro. Don't play with me. Like I can give it to you how you want. I got bars, bro. I got those. Like I does that. You know what I mean? That was a basic statement I wanted to make on that song. Like I got bars. Bottom line. Nothing else. Nothing more. Nothing less. I got bars.
Bardom. Yeah, bardom. See, bardom is important. Being a barbarian, as some people call it, it means you live those bars out and you know how to deliver them. Shout out to Sean Price, R.I.P. You know what I'm saying?
R.I.P. Word, R.I.P.
And when it comes to bars, right, that's the thing that I think people don't understand. That bars are more than just a punchline. It's delivery, it's flow, and it's how you construct a song. Why do you think many people don't construct songs today? They're looking for tracks.
Because they don't care about bars no more. They don't care about that shit no more. Like, and it oh, I'm sorry. Oh, my fault. I'm in a diner eating while I'm talking. But
Okay.
People don't care about it no more. It's like nobody wants to think anymore. You know what I mean? Like nobody wants to. Like I said earlier, nobody wants to be like, oh, shit, did you hear what he just said? Nobody wants to rewind and use their brain to think about, yo, this man just said this, that, and the third. Nobody want to think about that. And it's music used to be witty. Like, who could say the wittiest slick shit? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it used to be. That's what I come up on, the wittiest slick shit. Shit that you be like, damn, that nigga just said, hold on, I gotta come with something flyer than that. He just flipped that word this way or flipped that metaphor this way. No one wants to use their brain anymore. Everyone just wants to, can I dance to it? All right. All right, cool. That's it. Like, there's no more, it's no more of that witty, slick talk that make that brain work. No more of that.
So let's make people's brains work. You have a song out right now. It's a new single. Let's talk about that single for a second, all right?
Okay.
Because that single represents another lost art in hip-hop.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts of Her is a song that really talks about the woman. And whether it's sexual or not, it's appreciating the woman for her feminine character. Why do you think so many MCs don't talk about women and everybody wants to be the killer or drug dealer, not knowing that the woman is what makes not only their brand pop, but that's their major support when it comes to music?
Because number one, they didn't listen to Tupac and what he said.
Okay.
Tupac said, don't make songs for the dudes. Make songs for the females. Dudes gonna buy what the females want. That's number one. Number two, if you write a song about a female, a lot of these guys feel like, oh, you soft. You soft now. You writing a song for females. You soft. You ain't tough. You ain't. Not knowing that Ja Rule damn near based his career on making these hits for these females.
Facts.
You know what I mean? He made, man, Ja Rule, like, he got a couple of tough joints. You know what I mean? No doubt. A lot of his joints that was super is with a female or about a female. But a lot of these people now, a lot of artists now, they don't do the history on that. All they see is, yo, 50 killed Ja Rule, he died here. They won't go back to the history and go through his catalog. See how many times that man went platinum because of the songs he made. You know what I mean?
Hmm. So you did the song to expand your catalog, basically.
Yeah, you have to. Pardon me, I'm in a rush now. They over there saying happy birthday to these people.
Nah, it's all good. Shout out to the birthday, because if you listen to Heritage Hip Hop, you know your birthday was on the day you interviewed a great artist. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue with what you said, because that's really interesting to me, because in today's society, where we have George Floyd being a catalyst for something that's been around for centuries, you know, it makes me mad that we acting like George Floyd now is something new in America, but
Yeah.
George Floyd and police brutality and racism and unequal treatment, unfair social status has always been something in hip hop that people has talked about, right? And in the come up of being quote unquote woke, my man's calling them wokeitarians because they're a new movement now, right? So the woke people now are now saying, yeah, we need to get right, but we need to get right with our females. And it seems like the woman has been pushed away so much that it takes a certain brand, a caliber of person to not only bring the woman into the category, but to keep the woman relevant. LL did it with I Need Love, which is one of the most pivotal moments of hip hop history when that song came out. Tupac did it with Keep Your Head Up because it talked about your color, or Dear Mama. You know what I'm saying? Even on not a mainstream level, KRS-One did it on Brown Skinned Woman. Poor Righteous Teacher, Shaquilla. So I applaud you for taking that step. But besides making a hot song, what do you want the outcome to be from the effect of that song when it comes to women and how people, you know, listen to the music?
I want people to understand that good music, no matter how you perceive me, you may see me and be like, he's a gangster, he's this, he's that. But understand that I have a side to me that love a woman. You know what I mean? And I could make music for women. So when you hear it, enjoy that. You know what I mean? Like Pac had a tough side, rough side to him. But when he made a song about a female, you like, oh, he got that side to him. You know what I mean? He got that side to him, and you listen to him. And I want you to listen to me, like, fall in love with that song. You know what I mean? I want you to know, fall in love with that song. Listen to that song. Respect that song. Embrace that song. Because it's coming from a dude that's been through so much that you think wouldn't make a song like that. You know what I mean? When you see me or you hear my music, you be like, this nigga don't make no song like that. Man, this nigga, he done been through this, been through that. He done did this, did that. Nah, this nigga too tough for that shit.
Word.
You know what I mean?
That's about being a gangster and a gentleman. You know what I'm saying?
Whole fact.
And it's about being balanced. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
Speaking of balance, you're part of a team, the Monopoly family. Once again, salute to the fam. I know that's John Jiggs, that's you, M.O.U.F, that's Rockwell, that's Nam Nitty, correct?
Nam Nitty, yes sir.
Is it another person?
Nah, that's us four.
All right, so I got it. All right, that's what's up. And understanding that you have a family dynamic, having that dynamic also keeps you balanced when it comes to making music and making songs, putting things out. How does the Monopoly family aid each other and making them take the steps to be the next unit that could take over music in a way where people are dying for it and they haven't really recognized yet?
Because there's no jealousy. There's no jealousy. There's no one man above the crew. And that becomes a big problem with a lot of people. There's no one man above is better than this one. This one is better than that one.
That reminds me of, you used to like wrestling when you was little?
Love wrestling when I was little.
so you know how the Four Horsemen used to ride. You know what I'm saying?
Whole fact.
No man was bigger than the group. And in the history of the game, that's the faction that made wrestling what it is today.
Right.
How do you take, as a group, speak for your team if you can, how do you take that mentality of no man being bigger than the group and bringing that to hip-hop to bring hip-hop to its next evolution and not just be the genre that people just make music to control the world?
Say that question again because I want to answer it right.
How do you take that one man again, not one man, like you said, the Four Horsemen was the same mentality, and they were like the faction that ran the world, and everybody was based off of their principles as a faction. How does the Monopoly family take that same aspect of one man not being better than the group and use that to make great music so that they can take hip-hop to its next step and not just be a genre that makes music that runs the world?
Because we can show people that we could show people that a team can grow. Same way the Locks did it. No matter what, the Locks probably had a lot of things they disagreed upon, but it never was out in the forefront. No one ever noticed it. No one ever seen it. You know what I mean? They kept it. If they had disagreements, they kept it in house. You'd never know. If the people outside looking in, you will always think them guys got along every single day.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So they probably had disagreements, but nobody would never know that because we handled it. We talked about it and got through it. So what we're trying to do is show you that, a four-man team with each one of their own solo artists, yes, but we can bond together and bring something bigger. No one's better than nobody. We all help each other. We all push each other. You know what I mean?
I respect that because I said at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. It comes down to the collective unit that could bring hip-hop to its next level. And we've seen it with Run DMC. We've seen it with Public Enemy, BDP, Hieroglyphics, NWA, and so many other groups. To now that the group aspect is more extinct than together. And there's very few families and groups out there. Why is it important, you think, for the group aspect to remain in hip-hop?
To show the loyalty, to show the love, that show that as a culture we can get along, bro. Like a lot of teams break up because of animosity, jealousy. This one jerked this one. This one jerked this one. Why? It always got to be like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. And but also that's the evolution of an artist. Because sometimes, like when most hip hop groups, everybody comes from the same neighborhood and they want to rap, and people roll together. But as you mature, your aspirations change, and it comes to, can we get along and support, or can we, or do we separate so then we could be our own men? And that's the key to hip hop that people take for granted. You have to be your own man, but you're still a part of a collective, and unity is better than monotony. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. And but that's the thing, man. Like a lot of people let that money divide them, man. It's so crazy, man. And they divide them fast.
Yeah, it
real
does.
Fast. You know what I mean? Real fast, man. Like, damn, man. Like, I was watching something on Facebook today. 50 Cent said, "I wish I could just forget G Unit." Like, damn, bro. Like, you know what I mean? That y'all made a statement in hip hop. Like, to me, that was the last real hip hop. To me. And for him to say that, I'm like, damn, man, granted, all right, everything didn't go perfect. He said Lloyd Banks is lazy. He said Yayo wanted to be in the streets. All right, I get it, but it's like, how would you want to forget that? When y'all came out, y'all was a three-man team that y'all couldn't be stopped. You know what I mean?
Sounds like the thing we said earlier. New York will fight itself. It'll fight itself and did not really appreciate what it meant and what came from it. So with that being said, everybody, once again, we're talking to M.O.U.F, which means move over, you're finished, from the Monopoly family. Shout out to the crew. And I want to ask you about 2 or 3 more questions till we have some fun. And one of those questions is this. What is the goal of the artist inside the collective? Like, what is your goal, even though you're a part of a team?
I mean, before I wasn't Monopoly family, I was a solo artist. So my goal in collective is to, once we get to a point where all of us are sitting, I won't say pretty, but sitting, good, where we could branch off. I want to branch off and, like, this is me. I want to branch off and bring other people under me, other young artists, and show them, like, you could do it. Just focus. That's it. Just focus Don't let nobody tell you no. Don't let nobody put a dark cloud over your dream. Don't listen to nobody. Keep going. You know what I mean? No matter what you've been through, keep going. That's my focus. Like, I want to bring people under me and make, if I become that guy, I don't want to keep it all to myself. I want to help other people, like other guys. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Keep it, like, how they say, filter down. That's what I want to do.
All right.
That's what I want to do.
And that comes with branding. And most artists are not branded or don't know how to brand themselves. What's the main lesson that you've learned in your career in hip hop that makes you successful and keeps your success going?
Learning the business. You got to learn that business. I'm still learning it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
You have to learn that shit, man. Like, if you don't learn that shit, man, you're going to get so many people you sit around and you be like, damn, this dude had such and such 10-time platinum album, such and such album, and he was multi-this. How the fuck is he broke with no money living in a fucking car?
Yeah.
Because, you know what I mean? Because he didn't know his business.
I think the business side is the part that people don't teach purposely because they want to take advantage of people. Like, heritage hip hop is not about interviews only. We do that. But what we do is we do our best to alert the artist that hip hop is nothing but a door. And when you do music, you got to the door. You have to walk through that door to see what's on the other side of your life. And so many people are fighting for the doorknob that they're not looking through the cracked door that's open to see what's on the other side.
Exactly. And you know what's messed up about that, man? The people that's on the other side of that door know that. So what they do, they'll open that door for them. Hey, come on, hurry up, get in here. No, you don't need to know that. No, don't worry about that. We'll take care of that for you. No, you don't need to know that. And they know that, you know what I mean? They know this person don't know, half the stuff that they need to know. All they know, you get a hungry kid off the street that's real good at writing rhymes. That's all he knows. All he cares about, because his heart is not in the business. His heart, he genuinely loves making good music. You know what I mean? Genuinely, he loves making good music. He should know about the business, but he's young. He don't know. He don't care to know because his heart is genuinely making good music and love to see. He love to see people play his music. That's where he get his love from. You know what I mean? And people that know the business, they see that, they grab that, and they suck that artist dry, man. That's so messed up, man.
I think we're going to stop there. So everybody out there that's listening, M.O.U.F is an MC that comes from New York, but he has today's music and today's sound with that New York flair, which means aggressive bars representing the Bronx, but also intellect that represents the culture. Please give everybody your social media so they can follow you and get your music.
Yes, sir. You can hit me at Instagram. It's at M.O.U.F Music. On Facebook, it's M.O.U.F Music page. On Twitter, at me as SoundMouth1. On all digital platforms, it's M.O.U.F Music, man. Check out my music. I got all kind of good stuff for those who like to listen, man. Check out that new single that be out September 11th, Thoughts of Her. Good music, man. Bring that back,
Facts. And for everybody out there, Thoughts of Her, when it comes out, listen to the album, listen to the project, listen to the song. If you stream it and you love it, streaming is all good, but buy the music. Because when you buy the music, not only do you invest in the artist, but you invest in yourself getting more music and new music as it comes out. If the internet died today and you didn't buy your song, you would not have your song because the stream would be dead. And we don't believe in streaming on Heritage Hip Hop. We believe in purchasing. So please do yourself a favor and make sure you support the artist and buy the music. You agree, sir?
Yes, sir. Please.
All right. And with that being said, it's time for the rapid fire questions. You ready to have some fun with me?
All right, let's go.
The rapid fire questions are not yes/no questions. These are questions that show you more depth of you as an artist and your appreciation for the hip hop culture. So the first question I ask you is, What song or album from another artist's catalog perfectly describes you?
Redman.
Which one?
Redman. There's the Dark Side.
You know something? I'm glad you said that. Let's pause for a second. That's what he said. That's his most hated album, and he can't stand that album.
I don't know what the hell is wrong with him.
In the hood, that album is a cult classic album. What does There's a Dark Side mean to you?
A staple, a cemented staple, so hard in hip hop, it's ridiculous. I never knew he said that.
Yeah, he said that's the one album he made that he does not like. I remember when There's a Dark Side came out, even Biggie and people that everybody respected in the industry, they were like, I don't know what the hell Redman thinking about. I don't get that shit. I don't know what the fuck. But that album is, I mean, when it came out, Redman set the standard for Jersey with that album, and that is a cult classic album when it comes to hip hop. Some people think it's a classic, some people don't. But the people who mess with it, their numbers are so huge that it begs the question: is it a classic for real?
That album, oh man, that album was such a staple to me in hip hop. The reason you know what it is because when that album came out, a lot of the guys wasn't on that wave that Redman was on. Redman, if you listen to that album's about lyrics, man.
It is. That
whole album is lyrics. Like half the people that even talk about that be like, yo, they can't mess with that man lyrics on that album. His lyrics is insane on that album. Like I listen to that album still to this day, man. I work out to that album.
Yeah. What's the joint? Run New York. That drop on that. Oh my God, yo. Yeah, I know. Redman's my favorite MC of all time. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's my number one artist of all time. My top number one.
All right. Shout out to Reggie Noble. Hopefully we'll get him on Heritage Hip Hop, and I can send you the interview. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
one day. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm gonna skip a couple questions and do this.
All right.
If you could make your perfect song, who would you rhyme with, and who would do the beat? Dead or alive, no restrictions.
I mean, if I could make my perfect song, who would do the beat? Wow, that's crazy. I think right now, for me, the way I am in the mode I'm in, Redman's my number one artist. But for me to do a song right now, artist-wise, it would be Jadakiss. I love Jada.
You and Jada?
My number two. Yeah, Jada's my number two.
So would it be you, Redman, and Jada, or just you and Jada?
It'd be me, Red, and Jada if that was the perfect world.
Who's doing the beat? Who's on the beat?
Beat-wise, wow, that's crazy. I might have to go with Dre, man.
Dre. Okay.
I might have to go with Dre, man. Dre got that, I don't know, he's got something. I don't know what it is.
Did you ever hear the Redman song with the Dr. Dre beat?
Say that again?
Did you ever hear the song Redman did with Dre, with the Dre beat?
Nah.
Well, we should talk after this interview. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Me or something.
All right, so being that you said that, hip-hop is an art that is vocalized, and people can catch it if they want to listen to it.
Okay.
You are the artist, and hip-hop is your brush. What do you want people to get when they look, see, touch, taste, and feel your music?
I want them to get emotional. But whether it's good emotions or bad emotions, I want them to get emotional. Yeah, that's the best I can put it.
I think emotions is the lost art of hip hop, though. Don't you think?
Yeah, but it's hard. It's so hard to get it now.
How? If most of the young rappers are emo rappers. They talking about how them might hurt their feelings.
But after they say that, they say they popped the pill and they fine.
Oh, okay. That's where you're taking it.
I'm saying like it's hurt my feelings. I popped the perk. I'm good. That's it. That's it. They're fine after that. They don't get into the depth of the reason, you know, they don't get into the depth of it. It's just, oh, she left me. She did this. I popped the perk. I'm all right. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
So since you said that, let's take that to the next level because I want you to go a little deeper into that. When it comes to feelings and emotions, right? To hit the emotion, you have to speak about something that somebody has felt, and they have to relate to you. What do you think is the song hip hop has not made that people are dying to hear, so they could be emotional to that lesson?
That's a tough question. I like it. It's a tough question. I don't know. I don't know. I think that song will come out if music goes back to more. You hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you perfectly.
Oh, okay. If music could go back to bars and emotion and feeling, I really think that song will be made by whether it's me or another artist. It'll be made, but I just think it has to go back to the way it was, man. Where people get more in debt with they bars and their music.
I like that. Let's continue. Let's take it back to some hip hop stuff because you felt hip hop at one time, and there was a song that showed you that hip hop is more than music. What is the song that opens your mind, your brain, and your imagination to make you think that hip hop is bigger than just something that comes out the radio?
What's that song? Run DMC did that song with what's that? Walk This Way.
Okay, Walk This Way.
Walk This Way, Run DMC. When they did it with
Mm-hmm.
that rock group, I'm like, music is rap. Hip hop is international. Hip hop is everything. Who that? Mick Jagger?
Yeah, Aerosmith.
Aerosmith, excuse me. When they did that, I'm like, wow, that's two totally different genres that you would never in a million years think be on the stage together singing a song. For that to happen, I said hip hop is bigger than what people think it is.
I like that. That's dope. I like how you said that. That's dope. So, being that you put that on there, the guest artist on that song was the Run DMC because they both did the song. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that was also a remix or a remake. So I have two questions for you. Let's start with the remix or the remake. A remix is when you really remade a song over, or you changed the beat and added different people to a beat or something to give it more life, a new perspective. What is the greatest hip hop remix of all time?
To me, or
yeah, period. What you think?
Wow. I don't have like a favorite one. I don't have like a favorite remix. I have a lot of good remixes, but I don't have a favorite one. Like Flavor in Your Ear was one of the dopest remixes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Special Delivery.
Oh, that's a classic.
Word with Keith Murray and all of them on there.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
definitely.
I'm from that. I grew up with Keith Murray. I'm from Seattle, Long Island. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Mr. Murray. I'm trying to get him on Heritage Hip Hop too.
Word. I'm from there. Like that's where I'm at. So, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't have like a favorite. I just got a lot that I like.
Mm-hmm.
You know
so those are the ones that stood out to you, the ones that you named.
The one
we could just go with that. We could just go with them two. That's fine. That's fine.
Them two. Them two is the one that stood out to me the most because I like them so much. I can listen to them anywhere, and I can listen to it over and over again.
That's what's up. So then let's take it from that perspective because those remixes had guest 16 or feature artists on them. Have you ever heard a song where the feature artist stole a song from the main artist? It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Who has the greatest guest 16 in hip-hop history then?
Oh, man. Me, I'm going to say at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 with Red Man and all of them, I think Red had the best verse.
Wow, you know what? That was actually a debate not too long ago online. They said who had the best verse of 4-3-2-1, and someone said Cannabis and DMX. Everybody else was washed.
What?
Yeah, hey man, the internet, man. You know how it go. Everybody got their opinions. There's nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody else is washed? What?
Hey, they said washed. Yeah, one person said DMX and Cannabis. One person said meth and Cannabis. Everybody said LL had the wackest verse.
Oh, man.
I mean, not whack, but you know, he had the weakest verse out of the song. But yeah, I mean, and one person said, and one person said, "Yo, Master P."
You see, that's where it gets out of hand. That's what it gets out of hand, man.
Hey, man, you got fans out there. You know, people are loyal. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad you said that because that was very interesting that you brought that up, and that's something that those are topics that I like to touch on Heritage Hip Hop as they go on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was dope, though. I gotta ask you this. In reference to the Monopoly family and what y'all represent to each other, what makes you a pivotal member of the group? Not discounting everybody else, but because y'all are different, what do you bring to the family that keeps them on top?
I guess that gritty street element.
Okay.
Like that gritty street element that's, I mean, we all have it, but I don't want to say like, I'm just, that gritty street element meaning like, I'm really outside. I'll just put it like that. I'm not saying my bros ain't outside. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that. My bros, they outside too. You know what I mean? I just bring, I guess, a little turbulence. I'll put it like that.
And nothing wrong with turbulence. Sometimes you need that to shake up the world to put people on their toes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Another question. Let's go back to the industry because I want to know what you think. I personally think the verses is played out. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I think that, I mean, the new one coming up is Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight, I think. I'm not sure. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But,
I saw that.
But I personally think versus is played out. And it's not that it's a bad idea. I just think we're getting things that people just don't really, it's more nostalgic than a point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna keep it real. RZA Premiere, that was dope. That's classic.
That's super classic right there.
You know what I'm saying? When you had Beanie Man and Buju Banton, classic. That's classic right there. Erykah Badu and Jill Scott, that's classic stuff. I'm not going to discount Brandy and Monica because that was like a quote-unquote beef that people wanted to see play out for years, but that doesn't really salute the culture. That salutes the beef. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me personally, I want to see something like who has the best catalog, Diddy or Jermaine Dupri off of production. You know what I'm saying? Where we could really sit down and understand the culture itself. In your perfect verses, who would you want to go against, and what verses would you like to see?
Nas and Hov.
Nas and Jay-Z. Damn, you gonna go take it right there, huh?
I'm taking it right. And the reason I say Nas and Hov, me personally, I like Nas better. You know
Okay.
what I mean? But I would like Nas and Hov, man, because what that would do for hip hop would be so dope. Because a lot of people feel like Hov act like he's too good for that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So to see Nas and Hov do that, that would be so big for hip hop. It would open up so much to hip hop. I think that'd be dope. And to be honest, like I wouldn't care who won, just to see that, man.
Just to see it.
Yeah,
Well,
that'd be dope.
well, then who would you want to verse? Who would be your dream verses? You against somebody. Who do you want to go against?
I don't care. Whoever they put me against.
I respect that. Everybody listening to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast, we speak in the mouth right now from the Monopoly family, and we want you to support him and support his movement. So make sure you follow him on all social medias. And we've come to the final question of the first interview, which means I have an open door policy. You don't need an album to come back. You don't need a hot song. I'm not saying you got to be hot to come on Heritage Hip Hop. As long as you got a story and there's something to say, we have an open door policy and you can come talk about whatever it is that's on your mind. Especially in today's world with coronavirus and social injustice and police brutality, there's a lot to talk about. And hip hop has a very big voice when it comes to the politics and the culture of this world. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a fact, man.
So with that being said, the final question is 500 years from now, you have more of an impact. 2,000 years from now, you're not going to walk on the planet Earth, you know what I'm saying? And we don't wish any harm, so may the Most High bless you, your family, your loved ones, and anybody that you love and respect so that there's no sadness or loss that comes to you anytime soon, all right?
No doubt.
But 2,000 years from now, somebody's going to be going through the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, and they're going to find Bronx legends. And somebody's going to go, M.O.U.F. M.O.U.F. What the hell is M.O.U.F.? And they're going to push a button on the wall, and they're going to hear your catalog. And you're going to be reintroduced to hip-hop generations from now. My main important question to you is this. What is the legacy that you left behind that made the world better because you did music?
Say that again, because I want to make sure I answer this the right way. So say that again.
Short and simple. What is the legacy you left behind that made the world better because you did music?
The legacy I'm going to leave behind to make the world better is that if you're with a team, y'all can get along and build together as a team. History always shows that, not always, history shows 90% of the time teams break up, have disagreements, and end up not with each other. I want to show that teams can stick together, build, and become successful as a team.
And with that being said, everybody, make sure you link up with people who are like-minded, because when people are like-minded and they roll together, not only do you show strength and unity, but you also can start a movement. In the Bible, it says, consider the ant, because the ant knows how to work hard, build a community, and when it's time to come together, they do their job to make sure they survive. So let's make sure hip-hop survives by respecting each other, whether you like the music or not. Let's respect each other's craft, and let's build each other up so that our generations can benefit from our love and our commitment to each other. With that being said, this is Carrera with M.O.U.F. on the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast saying peace, and we out.
Yes, sir.
Hip hop is the leading cause of self-examination in the world, especially in these days and times. And I'd like to thank M.O.U.F. from the Monopoly family for coming on the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast to let us know what it is that's going on in the culture as far as people thinking, being a part of a collective, and making a movement that can make change in the world by sticking together and being cohesive mentally and spiritually with your talent, as well as making a movement. So shout out to the Monopoly family, Rock Wells, M.O.U.F, Nam Nitty, and John Jiggs. We look forward to all of y'all being on Heritage Hip Hop, continuing the trend. So that means I got 2 out of 4. We need 2 more, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, thank you to everybody that follows Heritage Hip Hop. This episode is brought to you by the Transparent Credit Repair team, who believes in fixing people's credit can help them in life financially by not only establishing a business, but cleaning debt up off in their name and giving them a better opportunity in life, not hampered by bills and things that are a setback to your financial freedom. If you're looking for financial freedom and you want someone to help you with your credit score and clean out your credit report, you could contact Transparent Credit Repair by going to www.heritagehiphop.com and clicking the link on the website. That's right. We help them know who you are, and they help you by clearing out the things that may hold you back. Thank you to everybody that continues to listen to Heritage Hip Hop, and this is your first time, thank you for joining us. We ask you to please subscribe to www.heritagehiphop.com. Become a member of the website. Also, if you'd like to donate, there's a link on there to help us build this platform even bigger, to bring you even more. We also have a YouTube page. You could contact us through YouTube by subscribing to the YouTube page and hitting the notification bell whenever things come, any videos are dropped. We will be moving off of YouTube soon, or hopefully into the streaming lane. It's not about YouTube all the time, but we would like to monetize and give more recognition to the people who helped build the platform. With that being said, we got to acknowledge the people who helped build this platform. So shout out to Transparent Credit Repair, of course. Shout out to Fatty's Place, our virtual assistant. If you're looking for somebody to help you virtually, if you want to be an assistant, you can contact Fatty's Place at FADDYSPLACE on Instagram. I'd like to give a shout out to Fire Jaws for Wildfire Marketing, who helps us out. Lex Diamonds of Diamonds Entertainment LLC, DJ Big A. And speaking of Big A and the Big A Show Season 2 coming soon, we'd like to give a shout out to the Goodfellas. We have another show that we're a part of called The Recap with the Goodfellas. It's on Facebook and it's on Goodfellas TV YouTube. That's GOODFELLAZ TV. Shout out to Tommy Gunn. Shout out to Dav the photographer. Shout out to Shy Montana and DJ Big A. And you can see me, Karev, on that show as well, giving a recap on everything that goes on during the week, whether it's politics, entertainment, music, etc. So make sure you follow us and support the squad. You know what I'm saying? To everybody out there, remember, streaming is not a way of life. Streaming is a hindrance. And if it's something that you like, something that you put out, monetize, because that's the only way you will own it and not have somebody own you. With that being said, this is Karev from Heritage Hip Hop signing off, saying peace, and we out.